SA20 Sunrisers game. So, Abell first.
Captain, congratulations on the win, second win. Which victory was sweeter and why?
It's hard to pick one, but I suppose when you go back to back, that one means obviously a bit more. So if I picked one today would be the one. But even if you look at the performance as a whole, batted well as a unit, went out to fielded well, bowlers nailed it once again, and yeah, really happy with how today turned out, and probably pick today.
So I just wanted to ask you, I'll take it back to that change room viral video of your coach obviously speaking to you guys. Can you just talk about your coach, and did that video or that chat in the change room, did it play a part in your guys' success?
Yeah, I'm surprised that's the first video that's been seen, because it's what he sticks to as a coach from the day we met last year. So he's a simple man that lives through great values, and sort of as his younger sons, I see us, and sort of teaches us sort of how to operate through life. So he keeps reaffirming them, keeps reminding us about them, whether you're doing well or not, that treating people is still your first and sort of most biggest important thing to do. And he's always been like that, and yeah, it certainly puts things into perspective as well for us.
Marco, my question is to you. Last week at the press conference, a question was asked, and your answer to it was that last year you felt at a certain stage that you guys had it, but you said last week that the last two games you absolutely don't know what to expect because you don't feel you've hit that spot yet. Can you just explain us your process this week? Was there a certain moment in maybe the playoffs and today in the final that you felt, okay, I think we're again in that spot that we were last year?
So yeah, last year, I think I said last year, I had a feeling that if we could get to the final, I had this feeling that we stood a great chance of winning it. And then this year, I said I don't quite have that feeling, if it makes sense. But yeah, I didn't feel it at all. Well, not that I'm a guru or anything, but it's just that for me it's something new to play in two finals back to back. So I didn't know what to expect, and I'm sure all the guys also didn't really know what to expect. We just tried to go out there and give our best, and luckily today with the bat and the ball and in the field we executed our plans, and we did those things very, very well. So yeah, no, definitely didn't have a feeling, but just tried to execute on our plans and what we tried to do.
Okay.
Congratulations, guys. Great win. Aiden, just for you, you kind of touched on it just now, but I mean, first of all, the performance tonight was pretty much clinical in all departments, and I just think also the season as a whole as well. You guys are definitely more than the sum of your parts. I mean, Lance said that when you look at your team sheet, you might fancy yourself a bit against you guys, but then he said, but you guys are light years ahead of everyone else. How does that come about?
It's hard to say. I suppose a comp like this, the standard of cricket is really high, so if you're not at your best in each game, then yeah, it's going to be tough to win the game from there. So we took it a game at a time, always believed in our change room and the players in our change room, and we were happy to have a great night's rest after a game if we had good plans and executed well and weren't able to get over the line. So keep things quite simple. Out on the field you fight like crazy to scrap every ball, to save every run, die for every catch, commit to every ball as a bowler, and after that it's just cricket at the end of the day. So that's sort of the space we were in, but again, fantastic teams in this competition with a great standard of cricket, and yeah, you have to be at your best to win games, I feel.
Sorry, just to follow up, how do you be at your best so consistently though as a team, especially a format like T20?
I think it's quite rare that you go through a competition where you win quite a few on the bounce like we did. I don't know how many it was, 6 or 7. That is quite rare. You expect a loss at some stage, just once again because of how busy the schedule is and how good the other teams are. So when you do get that bit of momentum, it's important to try go 2, 3, 4 wins and extend that and get a bit more comfortable on the log. But it's just execution of plans really. We do our homework on players and we back ways to either keep them quiet or get them out, and we try execute it. If it goes well and the tails are up and things are going well for us, then the results tend to go well for us. But it's completely fair and understandable if guys are slightly off the boil on the odd occasion, because no one here is a robot and can do 6 out of 6. Maybe this man can, but yeah, it's completely understandable that way.
Ottniel, you had a incredible competition. You had all on the string, basically the whole competition. Can you just talk to me about how that came about this season, that you just bowled so well consistently, especially at the depth? And then Aiden, if you could just talk about what it's like to have a bowler like that at the depth, where it's basically guaranteed that you're going to have a good spot.
Yeah, actually, I don't know. I think took the responsibility up front when we lost a couple of bowlers, Magala, take over them, and I had to look like there's no one else. A lot of guys are young guys, they haven't played much last season, so I took that responsibility up for myself, and it actually worked, paid off for me actually. But the way she handled and marshaled the troops is actually exceptional. All the credit is to go to him, and all the credit is to go to the bowlers as well for how they setting up. If you have teams to take it down the power play, you definitely to come back from that. And like I said before, the credit is to go to all the bowlers.
Just to follow up on Kit's question.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's when you have someone with a skill set like Ottas has, especially at the back end of the innings, you take a lot of comfort in that. I know from being a batter, when you face a gun death bowler, you think those last 4 overs are meant to go, but then someone nails it and it's like she's only scratched to 25, 30 in the last 4, and that momentum change is quite big. So we're blessed to have him in our ranks, but it speaks to the mindset. He touched on it now. He wants it. He wants the tough moments. He wants the tough overs. Most of our bowling attack has that mindset, and it shows on the field. They 1 ball squirts away for boundary or gets smokes out the stadium. They're still in the battle and they want those tough moments. So hats off to them. They've bowled incredibly well this comp and made the captain's life a lot easier.
Hi Aiden, many congratulations. Now you have 100% success record in the league. So must be looking forward to imitating this success when you come to India next month for the IPL. And my second question is how different it is to lead a league like this and a league like IPL.
Yeah, I think I touched on it to a similar question, I think it was yesterday, but 2 obviously very different leagues. Standard of cricket really high in both of them, but different types of pressures that you have to manage in each league. And moving forward to IPL now, obviously I haven't spent much time thinking about it just yet, so sort of tackle those challenges when we get there in whatever capacity it might be. But it's nice to have gone back to back in this comp, and if there is any bit of confidence you can take from it going to IPL, then that would be fantastic. But obviously a completely new tournament with very different challenges, and hopefully we can sort of take those challenges on in a good way as a team.
Alright, firstly congratulations on the lovely win, guys. Marco, you guys haven't lost a game in Newlands. What has made it so enjoyable for you guys bowling here as a unit, and also that you rate your chances for a 3-peat next season?
Obviously, it's nice to have batters that score 200 plus. That definitely helps. No, I don't know. I just think we as a team we gel nicely together. And let's say, for example, the batters weren't on it on the day, then the bowlers they're not complaining, or we're not thinking, oh yes, the batters didn't do their job. It's not like that at all. We actually go and we think, okay, cool, what can we do to help the batters, and vice versa. Let's say we went on the ball as bowlers, then the batters also go and say, okay, listen, how are we going to chase this total down? Which I think is very, very important. I think we did it really, really well. Two seasons in a row. next year, that's next year's problems.
Ottniel, you're from Oudtshoorn, and you have a lot of support. Do you have a message for your supporters and your fans?
Actually, I phoned my wife now, and my whole house was actually full of people. Especially the guys or the people don't have DSTV, can't watch the game. And the support back from home is actually exceptional. Guys keep phoning me now. But yeah, credit to go to them, how they support me. And to my whole family as well. The way they make an effort to be there on and off the field. They most support system for me. And to them I have to convince them on their efforts. Right.
I think Marco and Ottniel was basically both for you, but I want to know about Abell and what it's like to work with him. What sort of thought processes did he give you? What sort of tips, techniques? What is it like to work with him?
For me, it's easy. Don't go like a poo-poo.
Yeah, I just feel like just keep everything simple. Do what we need to do. He's not gonna jump in and tell you what to do. We experience enough to know what we do. Just get simple plans to put in place. If you do your homework, if certain things or certain matters, because the situation might different out there. But just stick to the basics and then do what you do best.
We'll be closing the side.
Marco, when you have an amazing tournament, leading Wicketaker, you contribute to the bat. Can you just explain to me what has worked for you and kind of how you see yourself as this all-rounder and that you can actually do well in those facets?
Yeah, I've had that question a lot of times. No, it's fine. But regarding to my batting, I just enjoy batting. I don't try and think too much. Because number one, when I bat, it doesn't look pretty like sauce yet. And number two, I just try and figure what is effective. Because I look like one of those guys on the side of the street. And then my bowling, I know that's mainly my primary skill. So when it comes to my bowling, I know I have that there's a bit more pressure regarding that. So I just try and focus on bringing that consistency as much as I can. And then when I go out to bat, I just go out and try and enjoy it, and if I contribute for the team in a good way, then that's just a bonus for me.
Hi Aiden. Yesterday you mentioned the team that will win is a team that execute their plans properly. Was going full today at Newlands was a bit of the difference between the two teams?
We felt like, obviously when you bowl the new ball, you want to bring all forms of dismissal in. We were fortunate enough to get a good total on the board, and how I see it then is it gives you a bit of a right to really try and attack with that new ball, and maybe attack for a slightly longer period of time. So we felt like if the ball does something off the wicket, it must sort of run back at him and keep the stumps in play at all time, and if one decides to hold its line, then it's still going to be tough for the batter. So not full in terms of our volleys, but definitely full in terms of top of the stumps length and with the odd change up, whatever that might look like. So that was pretty much the comms to the bowlers the whole time: keep the stumps in play, the top of the stumps in play, and yeah, fortunate that it worked.
Every professional cricketer goes through tough times. I'm sure you guys all have gone through tough times. Plug for you, your teammates in New Zealand. Just a message for them, obviously playing second test coming up, just a message for them. Perhaps.
Yeah, obviously they're good players, otherwise they wouldn't be there. It's just my message for them is just to not go and search for that too extraordinary innings or with the bat, or try and search too much with the ball, because I did watch a few of their innings and most of those guys, actually all of them looked comfortable. It's not like it's a massive jump, even though it is international level and it is like a different intensity. But I definitely know and I believe that they have the skill set and the mindset to go out there and perform for our country. It's not like they miles back or whatever the case may be. It's just about concentrating for long periods of time, and they know what they need to do. I'm not here to tell them or the coaches aren't there to tell them how to play their best game. They know what they're capable of, and my message would just be to go and back it and read the conditions as good as possible.
Okay. Hi, Aiden Markram again. Just wanted to get a word on your partnership with Tristan. You guys put on 98 runs, if I'm not mistaken, at the back end of the innings to obviously kind of set up the win. Just a word on that, and then also about Tristan. I noticed he was quite energetic in the field, obviously behind the stumps, very animated, and obviously he's not in your guys' partnership.
Yeah, he's been like that in the field, whether he's got the gloves on or in the outfield, and he's consistently doing it. He's loving being out there. He's having the best time of his life. He's obviously a massive competitor out on the field. So when we take a wicket, it's just excitement everywhere, and that's where it comes from. It sort of infects the rest of the guys as well, and creates a really nice buzz on the field. So he plays a massive role with regards to that sort of energy and commitment and that sort of never say die attitude that we're after. So I'm very grateful for the role that he played in that regard. And then with the bat, obviously it was 2 in-batters that had got out back to back. So we looked at building a partnership for 2, maybe 3 overs. Managed to build it quite well, and then we thought it's time to maybe start applying some pressure on them, and then they actually bowled 2 more good overs at us, and we didn't get those overs away. So we felt a little bit under the pump at that time out, which was with 4 overs left, and we just said, like, at some stage, if they miss, it's got to go. But if they're executing it, let's make sure we get in 1 or 2, and we're running like mad, and just try and maximize as much as we can. So pretty clear and easy. He's smoking the ball and batting probably form of his life this sort of last year that he's had, and it's great to see, because we've all known the ability has always been there, and the mindset's always been fantastic. So for him to now have runs under his belt, I think puts him in a fantastic position moving forward in his career.
And in this one's for one of the bowlers, Marco, you and Ottniel obviously traded places at the top of the wicket takers list this evening. One went about the other one. They've spoken about the impact, or you guys have spoken about the impact of Dale Steyn, but how do you how can I say, motivate each other? You know, does when one takes a wicket, does that make the other one want to take maybe 2? Something like that. And then for Aiden, you obviously went back to back now. This galvanizes the fans even more than it did last year. Has there been any talk of possibly taking the trophy back to St. George's Park?
Not sure. It's just got off the park, to be fair. So if there's a way to make it happen, then certainly would love for that to happen. Guys are busy with schedules now, straight into domestic cricket, and I think some other guys are going to other leagues. But if there's a way to get 1 or 2 guys to the Eastern Cape and take the trophy around, it would be great, because their support's been fantastic. So certainly try our best. I can promise you that, and let's see what we can do.
Yeah, Ottas and myself, when I started at the Knights in 2019, we started to get to know each other. So it's not like so we go actually quite a way back. So regarding when he takes wickets, it's not like I have to take a wicket. I'm actually very, very happy for him, because we used to, in pre-season, we used to, my brother and myself, we used to pick him up, and then at like 5 o'clock in the morning we go to gym together, and that's sort of where our friendship started, and we didn't look back since then. So every time he takes a wicket, I'm super stoked. Sometimes I'm more stoked at Stubber. So it's not. So every time he took a wicket, I was very, very happy for him, and I'm sure that it was reciprocated back to me as well when I took a wicket.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you.